Hello, 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 and welcome to Trading Made Easy right here on YouTube. And I am back with another triple arrow video. So today I want to talk about the value of 20 pips and how much 20 pips can actually change your life as it relates to trading. I do teach the 20 pip strategy along with the Trading Made Easy trading plan. No strategy will work if you do not have a proven, effective trading plan or trading strategy. There has to be a trading methodology that you use that will produce pips. So if you don't have that, then this strategy and no other strategy will work. So that's the first thing that I want to encourage you is to have an effective trading plan or trading strategy that you use where you can capitalize on those pips. So let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, so what you're looking at right now is the spreadsheet that I use for the 20 pip strategy. 20 pips, a lot of times traders are under the impression that if they're not making 50, 60 plus, 100 plus pips, that they really don't have the skill set down. And that can be any further from the truth. Um, Basically, the longer you're in the market, the greater the chance that the market is going to go against you. And if you're not able to really identify the trend, if you're not able to identify the right entry, if you're not able to identify an impulse or a ascending channel, um, a correction, support and resistance. I mean, there's a lot of elements that go into play that helps you to determine where price is going to pull back, how far back price is going to pull back. And all of that is even still an estimate based on your analysis because at the end of the day, price is king. Price is going to do what it's going to do. We as traders have to pull in the resources that we have to our um, advantage to try to predict, if you will, for lack of better words, but try to properly assess what price wants to do. That's what it is. To properly assess what price want to do. So you want to look at things like support and resistance. You want to look at things like, your channels, ascending, descending channels. You want to look at the news. You want to look at different elements that will impact price. And you have to determine what does price want to do? What direction does price want to go? And then you follow it. You follow it. And of course, in the triple arrow community, we have that advantage because we have the triple arrow system. The triple arrow system allows us to see those things that most traders miss, like entry, like getting in too soon or getting in too late. The triple arrow system allows us to get in when we should be getting in. Okay, I can't say a perfect entry because really honestly there's no such thing. You may enter into the market when it is in full momentum and go straight into profit. That's not a norm, right? So don't expect that. But with the triple arrow system, it does give you a range, a zone in which price is moving, right? Um, and then, of course, identifying the trend. A lot of traders have a difficult time identifying the trend. And that is pivotal, honestly, because that is where price want to go, where more momentum is with the trend. And so if you are trading with the trend, you are on a better side of price. And of course, you increase your profit margin, right? And so those things matter. And of course, we have all of that and some with the triple arrow system. I mentioned support and resistance. Support and resistance is crucial to understanding peak areas where price struggled, where price did a turnaround. You want to be able to identify those things and again, triple arrow system, right? So needless to say, we definitely have the right system, right? We have the right system that's going to give us the pertinent information that we need. Now what we need is the strategy, how to maximize that system so that we can get 20 pips. I'm going to tell you something. 20 pips the market will sneeze and give you 20 pips. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have the right system, you will struggle even getting 20 pips. So what I would recommend that you do, if you fall into that category and you feel that you need that extra help, that extra one-on-one, by all means, utilize the calendar link that I have in the description and book a session. Just a specialized session just for you and I, and we can just peel that onion back, right? We'll peel it back. But 20 pips, guys, 20 pips. Now, there are many spreadsheets out there. You have probably seen several, right? But it goes back to what I was saying. It doesn't matter if you don't have the other elements that I just mentioned, okay? So with the 20 pip strategy here, with as little as $50. So a minimum of $50, you should want to start that. Now, here's what I also advise new traders to do, or even if you're not new, you've been at this for a while, but you're not consistently profiting. What I recommend is that if you go live, if you're in a live account, you don't want to start a live account with hundreds of dollars. Like, that really doesn't make sense because you don't have your system down yet. You don't have your routine down yet. You don't have that locked in yet. So in essence, you just put your money at greater risk, at greater risk. So what I always recommend is that you start off with a small account and you build that. You learn to build that, because as you're building the account, you're also building discipline. You're also building patience. You're building those internal characteristics that you must have in order to be a profitable trader. So that is my recommendation, to start off with a small account. Don't put in 3, 4, 5, 6 plus hundreds of dollars in your account when you can just start with 50 and build that up and build that up. And here's the other thing. If by chance you lose the 50, you only lost $50. So $50 loss is much better than $300 loss, right? So that is my recommendation. So you want to start off with at least $50, right? And of course, the spreadsheet, the formulas are already calculated there for you. All you have to do is put in the dollar amount that you're starting with, whatever that is. So if it's 50, of course, it's going to give you the various lot size as it relates to the account balance. 20 pips is consistent. We're only looking for 20 pips. That's it. Only looking for 20 pips. And you just follow that. This is a 30 trade trading plan here. 30 trades, not 30 days. Now, it can take you 2 weeks. It can take you 2 months. It's up to you. Now, in a 30 trade time frame, you are looking at the potential of growing a $50 account to well over $6,000. Now, numbers don't lie, guys. Numbers don't lie. And so what you can do with this is you can, this is what I recommend. First off, this is what I recommend. I recommend that you have at least 2 pairs that you will concentrate on trading. No more. No other pairs, no matter what other pairs are doing in the market, it doesn't matter. Just lock in on 2 pairs and focus on those 2 pairs. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Okay? That way you can have focus, right? You can have focus, and now your attention is not all over the place. You have 2 pairs and you are analyzing just those 2 pairs. You're working with the triple arrow system, and that's it with those 2 pairs. And you will build a consistency. You will develop a relationship with those pairs, which is very, very important to learn that the behavior of the pair. And also, what would be a great thing to do as well is to determine the session you want to trade. Determine the session you want to trade. That's going to vary depending on your lifestyle, depending on your schedule. That will vary. But determine the session that you know you can trade, whether that's New York, Asian, London, doesn't matter. And have a pair for each one of those. So even if you do 3 pairs, no more than 3, because then you're going to get into having to manage and focus on more pairs. The key is to focus on 2, maybe 3. That's it, right? And not only that, it gives you an opportunity to where you'll always have an opportunity to trade, because the setup is not going to happen at the same time for each pair. So where you may be waiting for two pairs for the setup, the one is already set up, so you got your 20, right? So you want to manage it that way. You want to manage it that way. So you can do a London pair, Asian pair, or a New York pair, and just pick up a pair that moves. I would recommend staying with the major pairs for each of those sessions. So your Euro USD, your USD JPY, your Euro JPY, your GBP USD. So your GBP USD, that can be your London pair. Um, and Euro USD can be your New York pair and your Asian pair. And to be quite honest, Euro USD, based on my back testing, it moves during the London as well. So it's kind of universal with that one, right? USD JPY, same thing. That can be your New York pair. And the reason that's important is because when you're trading a pair that's in its season, in its session, it moves, it has greater momentum. It has greater momentum. It's like trading or trading out of season. It's like if it's summertime and you're walking around with a full, heavy coat, you're out of season. So you want to stay within the session and the season for the best movement. And remember, we only get 20 pips, right? So those are just some things that you can do to help maximize this trading plan. And focus is the key. Focus and discipline is the key. None of this will work if you don't have that, right? So, and again, if you change the amount, of course, just click somewhere inside of the spreadsheet and the lot size will adjust. The lot size will adjust. Another thing that I want to mention is if you are trading and you're trading strictly, if it says 0.05, don't trade a lot size more than that. Don't go above what's required to stay on track. And remember, discipline, you're exercising discipline. You're not forcing trades. You're not doing things that just not going to be conducive to you profiting in the market. Just follow the plan, right? Follow the plan. Now, another thing I want to mention is your balance. Make sure that your balance coincides with the lot size. So if you're on trade 7, for instance, right? Your balance should be $180, and then you're going into trade 7. But let's say you lost, and so now your balance is like 156. Well, 156 will put you at this level where the account balance is 144 because it's less than the 156. 160 won't work for you because it's more than the 156. So you would be back at this point and your lot would be 0.07. So make sure that that is the case as well so that you can maintain the proper leverage on your account. And you're traded that way. So on $100, 30 trades, you're looking at over $9,000. Now, what you also can do is you can, to accelerate that. So if you want to take the 30 and do it at half the time, then what you want to do is you want to put in 2 trades a day. So you can do Asian session trade or London session trade. You can actually work with, maybe one pair and you see an opportunity to get back in on a re-entry for another 20, you can do that. But the key is to trade one at a time. Let that trade close, and then you go back in at the proper entry. You go back in for the next 20. Now remember, the triple arrow system gives you that information. It gives you that data. It gives you the guidance that you need in order to re-enter in on the trade. So that's what you want to make sure that you're mindful of when you are when you're utilizing this and the triple arrow system. So that's all I wanted to share with you all today is how 20 pips, just 20 pips, guys. You don't have to go in for 100 pips because again, you're just putting your account at greater risk. Focus on the 20, grow a small account, and just watch your account just grow and magnify and accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your life. You don't have to stress yourself out, stress your account out, and lose consistently. We're done with that, right? So this is how you do that. So subscribe to the channel. That's the main thing, so you can get more information, more tutorials. I do try to provide you with content on the YouTube channel that you can actually put into effect like right now. If, however, you want some specialized training, my calendar is inside of the description as well, and you can book a session, right? Just go to that link and it's self-explanatory. Subscribe to the channel also so that you can stay abreast of um, future training. Also, Triple Arrow is a must-have. I'm unapologetic about it, honestly. Like, it doesn't matter what level of trader you are, the Triple Arrow system just makes life better, right? It makes life better because it gives you all of the information that you need. I know that my chart right now is kind of busy. I got some things going on here, but it gives you everything that you need. It's the GPS that you need in order to get to the money. Okay, now I'm not going to get into the triple arrows here. Just know that it's something that you really should have if you are a trader of any level. And I also have previous videos that you can go back and watch where I break down the triple arrow system and how it works. The Trader Made Easy trading plan is it is key, it's proven, it's working for myself and many others that's inside of my private Telegram group. So it can work for you as well. And when you have your session with me, you'll get access to all of that great stuff. So want to keep this short and sweet. I think I've given you all the information for today. You all have a great one, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.